Join me as I dive deep into the story of Adam and Eve to uncover the hidden meanings and secrets that are often overlooked. The story of Adam and Eve is one of the most iconic and enduring tales in human history, spanning across religious and cultural narratives. It's a story that has been passed down for generations, captivating our imagination and shaping our understanding of the world around us. But beyond its surface-level significance, there are hidden meanings and secrets waiting to be uncovered. In this video, we're going to explore the untold aspects of the story and unravel the mysteries that lie beneath. When we think of Adam and Eve, we often picture an innocent pair living in the Garden of Eden, tempted by a sneaky serpent and ultimately banished from paradise. But there's more to this story than meets the eye. Many of us are familiar with the biblical account, but few of us stop to consider the cultural and historical context in which it was written. We often assume that the story is meant to be taken literally, but what if I told you that there's more to it than that? One of the biggest misconceptions about the story of Adam and Eve is that it's merely a tale of disobedience and punishment. We assume that Adam and Eve were created in God's image, lived in the garden, and then made a grave mistake that led to their downfall. But what if the story is actually about something much deeper? What if it's about the nature of humanity and our relationship with knowledge, power, and free will? Another common misconception is that the story of Adam and Eve is a historical account of real events. While the story may be rooted in historical fact, it's also deeply symbolic, with characters and events representing much more than just themselves. The serpent, for example, is often seen as a symbol of temptation and deception, but what if it's actually a representation of humanity's innate desire for knowledge and power? By examining the story of Adam and Eve through a more nuanced lens, we begin to uncover the deeper themes and motifs that lie beneath. We start to see that the story is less about disobedience and punishment, and more about the human condition and our ongoing struggle with knowledge, power, and free will. The characters of Adam and Eve themselves are also rich in symbolic meaning. Adam, often seen as the first man, represents humanity's initial innocence and naivety. Eve, on the other hand, represents our capacity for curiosity and desire for knowledge. The two together represent the duality of human nature, with Adam embodying our rational, logical side, and Eve embodying our emotional, intuitive side. The Garden of Eden is often depicted as a paradise, a utopia where humanity lived in harmony with nature and God. But what if the garden is actually a symbol of humanity's connection to the natural world and our disconnection from it? What if the story is telling us that our separation from nature is a larger part of the human condition, and that our desire to control and dominate the natural world is at the root of many of our problems? The forbidden fruit, often seen as a symbol of sin and disobedience, takes on a new meaning when considered in the context of knowledge and power. What if the fruit represents humanity's desire for self-awareness and autonomy, rather than simply a forbidden treat? What if the story is actually telling us that our desire for knowledge and power is a fundamental aspect of our humanity, and that it's this desire that sets us apart from other animals? One of the most surprising interpretations of the story of Adam and Eve is that it's not actually about sin and punishment at all, but rather about the human condition and our ongoing struggle with knowledge, power, and free will. This challenges our traditional views of the story and forces us to re-examine our understanding of human nature. It suggests that our desire for knowledge and power is not something to be ashamed of, but rather something to be celebrated and explored. As we recap the key points discussed in this video, it's clear that the story of Adam and Eve is much more complex and nuanced than we often give it credit for. Beneath its surface-level narrative, the story is actually a rich tapestry of symbolism, theme, and motif, waiting to be unraveled and explored. By examining the story through a more nuanced lens, we can gain a deeper understanding of our own humanity and the ongoing struggles that we face as individuals and as a species. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the hidden meanings of the story of Adam and Eve. Be sure to share your thoughts on the interpretations we shared in the comments below, and don't forget to check out our next video, where we'll be exploring more biblical stories and their hidden secrets.